I here. This is a reading for the sign of Scorpio. We're going to pull 2 cards from the Slavic Legends Tarot deck, and that's going to represent the energy that is currently surrounding you. What we see on the bottom of that deck is going to represent your general energy. We're then going to pull 9 cards from the Surrealist Tarot deck, and we're going to turn those over little by little to see what story or messages unfold. What we see on the bottom of that deck is going to represent the general theme of this reading. And once we get an idea of what messages are going to come through, we're going to pull 1 card from the shadow deck to see what is in your subconscious, and what is on the bottom of that deck is going to represent what you don't see coming. So let's just see what happens. Okay, so today we are tuning in to the sign of Scorpio. So if that is your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, or however else you choose to identify with the sign of Scorpio today, you can use that as a way to interpret the messages that are coming through. And as always, if the details of the story do not fit your situation, do not try to force them. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You can always check your other placements, or you can just stick around and see what's going on in the world of other Scorpios. So let us see what messages can come through today for those who are trying to tap into the energy of Scorpio. So what things should we think about? What things can we meditate upon? Is there anything that we should perhaps be warned about, to look out for? Is there anything we should be looking forward to? What messages can come through for all of my Scorpio viewers today? Let's see what we get. So we're going to pull 2 cards to see what is going on in the world around you, what is the energy that is surrounding you, and then we'll see what your general energy is with the bottom of the deck. So 1, 2, and your energy is the Lovers. Fantastic. Choosing something, picking something to commit yourself to, finding something where there is a path, a choice. You can't have both things, so you have to commit to one of them, and really letting that be something that defines you and your future. So really nice energy. I always love this. As a Gemini myself, I've always loved this card. So 3 of Cups and Ace of Cups. Lots of love here. Okay, so with the Lovers, you're going to make a choice. This is going to bring you in union with those that you love. Or perhaps there are people around you that are sort of the people that you can celebrate your strengths with, people you can confide in, people you can grow with. This is you and your people, coming together and celebrating, and perhaps the choice is what to do with this positive energy, or perhaps it's the choice to decide how to move into this kind of energy. With the Ace of Cups here, this is pure water emotional energy surrounding you. So right now you are just sort of swimming in the power of love, whether that be friendship, familial, or romantic love. There's just lots of positive emotional energy coming here from the bottom of this reading, and that is a fantastic backdrop against which to tell a story. So let's see what it is that you're moving into. Perhaps you are getting into some sort of romantic relationship, or maybe you are attaching yourself to some new sort of major construct in your life, but it's something that very much resonates with you on an emotional level. Okay, and I think it's going to be you coming into union with something bigger than yourself. So let us see what we get from our 9 cards from the Surrealist deck. So this is my newest tarot deck, and I'm still getting the swing of reading from it. The artwork is fairly different from what you see in a lot of traditional tarot decks. It's beautiful. It's all themed on different surrealist painters and artists. And it's just been a nice change up to get sort of different messages and vibes coming through on these readings. So like I said, still getting the hang of it. So if anything that you see in these cards comes through for you personally that's above what I say, or if you feel a slight different messages coming through for you, let your intuition guide how this message is received. I am just giving my interpretation of what I'm seeing here. And as I said, this is a new deck, so I'm still getting a feel for it. Okay, so We're going to pull 9 cards. See what happens. Okay, so let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and the theme of the reading is the Four of Swords, interestingly. Okay, so maybe you're, with all this positive love energy, perhaps you've been through a difficult period and you're taking a time out, a quiet period of healing and relaxing from all of the drama that has been your life up to this point. And I get a sense that that's probably ending. This is probably the last sort of stretch of that story of your life, because with all this emotional energy from the bottom here, I feel like you're finally healing from something and moving into a much more beautiful future. So let us see what we get. So we start with the Page of Cups. Yeah, you're ready. You're ready to be receptive to the love of the world and bring that into yourself. So in whatever state you're in now, if you've been a little bit on the hermit side of things, I think you're finally getting to a point where you're ready to open yourself up to new possibilities. You're wanting to channel more creativity and more optimism in your life. You're ready to just feel the emotional love and power sort of come into yourself and be something that you can then use to bounce off of and, be a better version of you and really feel more happy with the life that you're living. So you've probably been in a very stiff, restricted world up to now, and I think you're getting ready to come out of that. And I think perhaps why the Lover's card is here is you're making a choice to do that. I think you've enough is enough. You're ready to come out of your sort of cocoon and start reigniting the creative and emotional force that you've maybe lost touch with as you've gone through some difficult times in your past. King of Swords and the World. So with the King of Swords, this is really getting a bit of a clear insight into where you are with who you are and where you fit into the world. It's probably been a bit of a difficult situation. In this card, you see a little bit of the infamous scene from Un Chien Andalou, however you pronounce that. Pardon my pronunciation, but Andalusian Dog, the famous film where there is an eye that is slit open with a razor blade. It is a very intense experience. So again, I think you've probably been through some really harsh, difficult times in your life, and you are probably that it hurt. I mean, like a razor blade to the eye. You probably have seen and experienced things that have shaped who you are. And you see here in the Four of Swords this picture of this person that's resting. He's like chopped up like a loaf of bread. The world probably has sort of chewed you up to a certain degree, and that's probably why you had to sort of, protect yourself and a bit of a cocoon, resting and recovering. But with the King of Swords, you're taking all of those difficult thoughts and feelings, and you're using them as a source of power rather than a burden that is holding you back. And so, as I said, I think you are choosing to finally come out of this area, and you're wanting to shift into Page of Cups mode. You're using the King of Swords energy to, be empowered by your past pains, and you're using the Page of Cups energy to be receptive and open to new experiences, and this opens up the world to you. This really brings a much bigger reality that you can interact with, and that's what's going to bring you this Three of Cups energy. If you're really open to new cups, you're going to be able to share those cups with other people. So I think you are choosing to finally walk away from what has kept you locked up and really, really be open to life again. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So let's see what else we got. Four of Cups. Four of Pentacles. So the fours are all very stiff cards. And look, in this row, we've got 3 of the 4 suits here. We've got the Pentacles, the Cups, the Swords. We're missing the Fire. In fact, there's no fire on the table here. You need a spark that's going to push you forward, and perhaps what the Lover's card is sort of the beginning of that spark. It's trying to get that jump that's going to pull you into getting out of whatever stuck energy you're in. But I see this row as being that stuck energy. This is being emotionally stuck. This is being sort of almost a bit of a hoarder in terms of your physical resources. Like, you're building your resources, you're building foundation, you're building something to live on, but like it's not expanding. It's just like you're walling yourself in, figuring out how to be stable and comfortable, and then just like staying there. But right above it is the world, right? The things that are up here in the top row seem to be indicative of what you could be moving towards, the growth that you could be experiencing, and this middle row is really feeling like the stuckness that we're currently feeling. So if we want to be able to have this kind of fun, let's drink from our cups and dance in the woods kind of like positive energy, we're going to need to get out of this stiff, cold place. I mean, the Four of Cups is not bad, but it's not good. It's just feeling sort of stagnant. And again, this is a similar kind of energy, but in the physical realm. This is sort of your emotional stuckness. This is your physical resources and not expanding, just getting what you need and doing that. And the Four of Swords is taking all of that and it's the mental version of all of that. So this is the emotional side. This is the logical side. And up to this point, you've probably been in a place where you're thinking on the things you're experiencing, but you're not using them. You're just letting them sort of sit over you as a reminder of where you've been. But move forward, you'll find the world, you'll be open to new emotional experiences, and you'll be able to take those pains from those swords and wield them as a tool as the king of the suit of swords. So that's nice. Let's see what we get here in the center. The Queen of Cups. Well, there you go. Perhaps if you are the King of Swords, what you are really needing to move forward is your Queen of Cups. You need, and don't think of this in terms of if you're male or female. Don't worry about that. This is more of in terms of the energy. If you're the one that is in this state of commanding the pain of your life, what you need is someone that's going to be there to help soothe that pain and keep you from becoming like a cold, hard, domineering emperor kind of energy. The Queen of Cups is going to bring you that emotional energy. And this doesn't even have to be another person. This just be another side of you. But perhaps what you need to move forward is you need this emotional, nurturing energy to help you get out of this stuck, stiff four energy and move forward so you can really reach out to the world. Okay, this cup that you need to receive and share with other people, it's got to come from somewhere. And so whatever that Queen of Cups is for you, that's what you really need to be bringing into your life, or perhaps digging up from within inside of you. Okay, so let's see what else we've got here. We've got the Six of Pentacles moving from a 4 into a 6 and skipping the 5 altogether, which is nice. And I had a feeling the Hangman was going to show up in this reading. This feels very reflective. With the Four of Swords, I've almost been interpreting the Four of Swords as being a sort of smaller version of the Hanged Man, of sort of taking a time out, hanging upside down and looking at things from a different direction and trying to make sense of, well, what do we do from this? Where do we go from here? Use the pain that you have experienced as almost as if your past difficulties are a sacrifice that you can offer to the universe, so that you can then take in the growth that comes from those pains and defeats and become a better version of yourself. And that's going to bring in the Six of Pentacles energy of abundance. Maybe not even necessarily in the physical realm, but like this is like the ship coming in that's going to offer you the positive growth that you need. So taking a time out and reflecting on what you've been through, trying to bring into your life a nurturing energy while using your pain as a guiding force forward. So bringing the love and emotions that are all surrounding you, letting that sort of fill you, and then taking this King of Swords energy as the force that pushes us forward. And I think the Hangman is you going through the process of trying to figure out how to do that. Here is where we are stuck and we're not sure what to do, but the Queen of Cups, as you see, is a little bit higher and is going to pull us out of that, and this is going to be the result. We're going to have this Hanged Man energy of taking this time out and learning from our past and really evaluating where we are and where we're going. This time out is going to bring in the beautiful things, I think probably fairly naturally, once you realize how to get sort of in command of your own power that you may have shut yourself off from based on whatever negative things you've been going through in the past. But it's time to move out of this sort of stand back and just look at what's going on kind of energy. And let's commit, let's make a choice to move forward and really take charge of all of these things that are around you. Take these cups that are all surrounding you, start drinking from them, and move forward out of this sort of stale period that you've been in. Let's see what we get here. I'm curious. The Three of Cups, another Three of Cups. You will be able to celebrate and share with the people around you and really connect with not just other people, but the world by choosing to come out of this stale bubble that you've been in. So I really think you've been stuck, and I think the only thing that's holding you back at this point is just standing up and deciding, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to put myself into the world. I'm just going to start doing whatever it is I need to do. And perhaps maybe also another sort of energy I'm getting from this, maybe not directly from any particular card, but perhaps you just need to get started. Just go. Just move forward. Just, even if you haven't figured out all the details of the plan, you can always reflect upon them once you've started. Move forward, make the choice to step into a new era, and don't just sit here hanging back and waiting anymore. It's been productive. You've learned a lot. You've grown from what you've experienced. It's time to leave the nest and enter the world. Be receptive to these cups and share those positive lessons and energies with the other people around you. And that's going to also fuel you as you give and take that energy from other people. So really beautiful. Very nice. I like this. So, okay, let's see what we get from the shadow deck. There we go. Okay, so we're going to pull one card from the shadow deck to see what is in your subconscious. I have a feeling you're probably thinking about a lot. Even though you're not moving, or you haven't been moving, you wouldn't be moving into, or you wouldn't be transitioning into this era of I'm ready to do something new if you weren't sort of spinning your gears, spinning your wheels, whatever the phrase is, spinning around inside your head. You're kicking around. I mean, the Hanged Man is a card that feels externally very cold and quiet and not moving at all from the external perspective, but there is all kinds of growth and reflection happening on the inside. Okay, so you're sacrificing a lot of your mental energy to figure out where to go next, rather than burning all that energy thinking and thinking and thinking. Move forward. Just get started. Choose to move forward. Don't do anything until you're ready, but realize that you have the power to decide when you're ready. Don't let that be a burden on you. Don't worry like, oh, I'm not ready yet. I should stress about this. Don't get into that energy. But just make sure that you realize that you have the power to move forward whenever you want to move forward. But you also have the power to choose when you're ready to do that. So, all in due time. I'm just saying, remember that you have power. Remember that power and use it to your best ability. That is the key to a great deal of happiness. Okay, so what's in your subconscious? Ten of Spheres, the best life. So, I mean, if we're moving into the world, this is really the completion of the projects that perhaps you've been putting off, and really coming. Since this is in your subconscious energy, what I think is probably happening is all of this thought energy that you've been sort of sitting in this cocoon period. You've been in this, you're ready to be a butterfly kind of vibe. I know that's a very cliche thing, but you've been sitting in your cocoon, waiting, building, recovering, growing, and what's in your subconscious is this itch that says it's time. It's time to move out. It's time to go forward. It's time to do something. It's time to choose to leave this egg that I'm sitting in and really get in touch with the physical world and and bring the version of yourself that's been growing all this time in your head, bring it to completion and let it crack out of that egg or cocoon and re-enter the world and show everyone just how awesome you really can be. And what you don't see coming is the Four of Cups. Really? That I don't like. You have all this growth, and then you don't see coming is that don't fall back into bad habits. I think that's a warning. Don't sink back into this quiet, restful place of I'll do it tomorrow. I mean, as I said, when you're ready, you know, no pressure. Don't burden yourself with the anxiety of, oh, I need to go, I need to go, I need to go. That's just going to stress you out. But be wary about falling back into Four of Cups energy. You've got all of this love around you. You've got all of this opportunity, this emotional energy that you can tap into. Don't reject it. You know, you have the choice. It's your choice. You do you. Live the life you want to live. But I don't want to see you, you know, lose this opportunity to really become something bigger and better by, you know, saying, but it's so comfortable in my room. I just want to stay in bed, and that's, I mean, that's fine. There's a place for that, but don't live there. That's not a place to live. So, you've got so much going. Don't let that last leg hold you back. Again, four cups, not bad. Just, you know, I want to see you move forward. I want to see you grow from this. So, I hope this was helpful. This is all I have for you today. As always, please like and subscribe if you have not already. Leave a comment if you have anything you'd like to share or any feedback you'd like to give, or if there's any messages you'd like to talk about with anyone else. And as always, if you've enjoyed these videos and you know anyone else that might enjoy them, please share them. You know, let's try to grow this channel and see if we can build a community around it. And yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.